Welcome back to another episode of Lifestyle After Five. Today we are going beyond the edge, and we're going to talk about how NASA brought back the Voyager 1 back from life from 15 billion, would it be, miles away. I got some questions. I don't know. This is remarkable and suspect all at the same time. But just imagine sending a command and then waiting almost 2 days to hear if it worked or not, which is really remarkable. This thing was launched
Facts.
back when I wasn't even a teenager when it's launched. Now, hell, so 40 some years from now,
Yeah,
but we're
that's
having to
crazy.
wait from a billion miles away. So, I mean, like I said, this is impressive, and I got questions. But y'all stay tuned. We're gonna dig into this story.
Yeah, been putting in work. Just all the different space people, space missions that's been taking place. It's really awesome. I love stuff like this. I mean, I always been into spaceships, but in November of 2023, Voyager 1's flight data subsystem suddenly stopped transmitting its usual stream of telemetry and began spitting out unreadable gibberish. Engineers at JPL had no direct insight into what had failed. They only knew the probe was alive but silent on its health channels. So, April 18th, 2024, after months, they the JPL uplinked a novel poke command that forced the FDS to dump its raw memory contents back to Earth. That's crazy. So they sent a little signal out to it to kind of just override it, and now it's just sending everything back to Earth in 22 and a half hour one-way readout pinpointed a single failed memory bank chip corrupting about 3% of the FDS RAM. So that's what was wrong with, and this thing is old. The fact that it's able to update from Earth as old as it is, I mean, that's some pretty futuristic engineering in its on its own. So over the next few weeks after this happens, where they pinpoint the failed memory bank chip, the engineers rewrote and redistributed affected code across healthy banks, restoring the engineering data mode without any physical repairs. So they sent a Bluetooth update from Earth to this machine and essentially fixed it. And they fixed a failed memory bank. So I'm pretty sure they just rerouted the memory to another one or just got rid of it altogether. But this is pretty crazy, man. I mean, they restored engineering data without any physical repairs, man. That's nuts.
I mean, we got to get into this. Like I said, I don't know if it's believable. This is what we do on this show. I'm your host, Ali, and of course, my man, Lloyd Shute, and we're going to get into this thing. We're going to go deeper. If you like this, like and subscribe and leave me your comments. Some, when I was doing
Facts.
research on this, is claiming bullshit. Some is saying, hey, this is remarkable. If this is remarkable, I got to drop a bomb for that. But
Facts.
it brings on new questions. So
Mhm.
based on the article, after engineering telemetry returned in April, two of the Voyagers, one of four science instruments, resumed sending data in May. And by June 13th, all four measuring plasma waves, I don't know what plasma waves is, magnetic fields, and charged particles were back online. This marked the first time since the anomaly began that scientists could resume probing the interstellar medium. Now, I didn't get quite for how long it's been out, but to sit there and you've been working on something just floating through space, and it's over a light year away.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you
That's the
realize
part
the
that's
distance that we're
amazing.
working at? And that's the thing
Yeah.
that's really getting me. Do we realize the distance we're playing with? Over a billion miles away, you're sending
Few
signals.
billion. Yeah. I mean, it said here that for decades, Voyager 1 has been our eyes only in the interstellar medium. This fix brought us precious science. And basically, Voyager 1's primary role thrusters were degrading, and hydrazine feed lines had clogged after decades of use. So we know it's been out there for a minute.
But how did the
It's
lines get unclogged? That's just questions I have. And
yeah,
thrusters,
yeah,
I mean, well, you just don't, okay, send a
because
signal.
they're degraded.
Bam. It's kind of like your engine
Yeah,
in your car. My engine degrade. Bam, let's send a signal and upgrade it. It don't really work that way. Somebody
yeah.
may be smarter than me. To me, I don't know. This story really got me scratching my head on this one.
Okay. So it says here, facing a year-long upgrade of Deep Space Station 43 in Canberra, which I believe is in Australia, engineers decided to revive an unused backup set of thrusters with a remote command. So the I guess when that's why I'm saying the engineering on this is futuristic because they set it up with backup thrusters and also too could send like an update to it from Earth, which is like you said, light year away. So that in itself is that's pretty crazy. Well, like you said, this story is this is interesting stuff for all the people watching. So on March 20th, they flipped heater circuits that had been dormant since the early 1980s, melting the residue and restoring fuel flow. Oh, so right now I'm breaking it down to you how they fixed it. 46 hours later, telemetry confirmed the heaters and thrusters were active. Another miracle saved for the probe. That's nuts. 48 years.
That's 1 year younger than me. I was born when this thing was launched, pretty much. Well, that's just I was a year when this thing was launched. To think after
Baby
48 years
Ali,
in
man.
space, I know a switch flip thousands of times thinner than a human hair saved the mission.
Yep.
What now, why does this even matter? Well, they're saying that these feats showcase NASA's growing powers in the deep space maintenance, pioneering techniques that will unpin future interstellar missions. With this instrument back online, Voyager 1 can continue mapping the boundary between solar and interstellar influences. Power and components will eventually fade, but extra months of operation yield invaluable science.
Yeah, so for all my engineers out there, lock in. They're gonna be looking for people like y'all. Definitely making more futuristic stuff like this, because just the fact that they was thinking this far ahead 48 years ago to be able to do maintenance on it from Earth, essentially doing like Bluetooth remotely. So Voyager's journey reminds us with ingenuity and grit. Even the oldest tech can teach us what lies beyond, which is basically what I've been alluding to with the fact that the engineers just so ahead with this one. But um, some things to think about is how did the engineers know what was wrong?
My
You know,
question.
yeah. So
They said,
according,
go
well,
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Nah, you good? Yeah,
No, I
yeah.
mean that was one of my questions that I. How did the engineers even know what was wrong with the signal? And like I said, according to the research, because these are questions that I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure a lot of listeners got. After the
Right, right.
telemetry went dark, teams hypothesized a memory bank fault. The poke command, which we just got pokes, I just learned about pokes a few years ago. So how can an older system take poke? But anyway, the poke command on April 18 forced a full memory dump, which, like I said, 40, which after 45-hour round trip revealed exactly which chip had failed, then transported the corrupt code into a healthy memory section to bypass the hardware fault.
See, pretty much. So it wasn't too crazy of a fix. I mean, that's like kind of what you would expect to do. But just the fact that they able to do it from Earth from a light year away is
But I
man.
still got
Shout out to
questions.
them. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We got the
Definitely
bum on
still
that.
got more questions.
But I still got questions. How can the signal travel from Earth to Voyager 1 and back? We talking a billion miles. We can't even get a good cell signal here on Earth. Hell,
Right.
I got dead spots here on Earth, and you telling me you can go a billion miles with a signal? Hell, my Wi-Fi goes out.
Right. That just goes to tell you, man.
I don't know. But according to them, Voyager 1 is over 15 billion miles fit. not even a billion, 15 billion miles away from
Yeah.
Earth. Radio waves travel at the speed of light. Some type of science thing. So each command takes about 22.5 hours one way. NASA's Deep Space Network uses 70M class antennas to focus and amplify these faint beams so Voyager can hear us. And we can decode its whispers across the void. I don't know on that one. But I still got more questions. What about you? You got any questions on this? I mean, is this making sense to you? Or is it just me?
Yeah, just from what I'm reading, and even before we even got to the conclusion we just made to, I pretty much knew how they fixed it. But only thing is, I mean, as far as like, signal, yeah, I we've been sending signals to like shit light years away for ever. We've been doing that. As far as what NASA been saying,
Why we suck at sending signals on Earth then?
they don't suck. It's just people buy into that shit. Like they buy into it. If Cox Cable been trash, uh,
What I'm saying,
Verizon been
I'm saying for
trash.
this, you can send a signal billions of miles away, but here I am, I got dead spots on Earth.
Yeah, this is why we have this show. So Ali is realizing some valuable information about how these companies are. They, if no one else build these type of platforms, right, y'all, then you end up having to use what's out there, and it's usually going to be the main corporations that's been doing this forever. So
I mean,
yeah,
and
it's pretty
the third
trash.
question
But
I
there's
had,
other alternatives like Starlink. Starlink does the
we
signal doesn't drop with that.
still remains to be seen, but technology has changed. My third question: technology has changed a whole lot in
True.
40 damn
Yeah.
years. How did they stay compatible with the Voyager to be able to put some of this information, even be able to update it? A lot of stuff you can't even find now.
Yeah.
So, according to the research, when I asked this question, the Voyager's onboard computers encode date to the 70s with no modern stimulators. Engineers worked eyes
Yeah.
only from paper
It's
sketch
basically
schematics,
on paper.
manually reviving and triple checking each legacy code patch to ensure seamless integration in the probe's constraints, memory, and processing architecture. Uh, I don't know on that one. Certain things, you know, I don't know on that one. That's all I can say. I don't know if I'm completely convinced. And then four, if the probe can be repaired billions of miles away, why can't they just shoot a signal and repair our cars and fix them remotely? And a lot of
So it
our
says
appliances.
here, actually, many modern cars support over the air updates. Tesla and others routinely push new features wirelessly. The key differences are scale, security, and regulatory requirements. NASA systems undergo exhaustive verification to prevent a brick spacecraft. Automakers must balance safety, bandwidth, and mass market reliability. As telematics mature, expect more virtual service visits in your driveway. Yeah, I kind of see that coming too. Just with how
We talked
everything
about that.
rolling out with um, what's that company called? The Karma that where you can order your car online.
Credit,
Yeah,
Carman, Carvana,
yeah,
Carvana.
Carvana. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
we talked
I
about
could
that in
not
the
remember
previous
that shit.
episode about subscription-based driving, where you won't
Yeah.
own
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
vehicle, you won't own
yeah.
anything. It all be
It
subscriptions. You
all
have to.
comes back together too. But man, it's basically all of this to me is the same. And for people who know Lord Shoot, I mean, Ali been saying he ain't been convinced by none of this shit. And y'all already know I don't believe nothing that come out from if NASA say they doing it, I don't believe none of that shit. So
Uh,
this was interesting to read about though. But I mean, the fact that I'm able to figure out how they fixed it before we even got to the end was crazy. So it is
Smart.
kind of cool. Yeah. It's just
We
cool
like.
how the engineers when they built this shit, it was like so ahead, bro. Like You said
Futurism.
they were doing
Future
eyes only
thinking.
schematics, bro. Paper schematics. That's like
Yep.
genius level shit, man.
That's the futurism, preparing for the future. If you liked this
Yeah.
episode, don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate the love that we've been getting lately. You tracking, staying with us. But that is it for this week's voyage into the unknown. If you love this story, like I said, share it, give us a review, give us some comments what you think. I'm not convinced. I don't know if I'm 100% believe. I'm not going to say it's
Right.
false. I'm just saying I'm not completely sold.
Yeah, man. It's just funny, man, reading stuff like this. But y'all tell us what y'all think for real about this. And do y'all believe that NASA fixed this satellite, 48-year-old satellite? But until next time, y'all, it's Lord Shu, it's Ali. We out.